Welcome to America's heartland, Bloomington, Indiana, home of the Indiana Hoosiers. Memorial Stadium will be jumping in anticipation of what we've got in store today. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 5 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the Indiana Hoosiers. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Buckeyes will kick it away to start us off. He'll start the return inside his 5. And the coverage team gets the returner on the ground. The Hoosiers return man Hartley helped out the offense with that one. And here's the man they rally around, and he has earned that type of respect, David.
You dang right. You earn it by doing it, and he's done it at such a high level. Everyone believes in this young man, and Palmer, there's a reason why.
You're right, David. He's been in the big moments, and he's won the big games. This guy delivers when the game is on the line.
You gotta have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm gonna start, and I'm gonna stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. Then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making the play.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, just nothing doing on that last run, and they knew coming into this one they were going to be challenged, right? This is one of the best defenses in all of college football. For them to have any shot, they're going to have to do a lot better running the football.
On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Looking to scramble. And he is corralled short of the line to gain.
It's nice for this D coordinator when he puts his nickel package out on the field, because that nickel player he's got who subs in is good in coverage. He's also aggressive, and he does a nice job blitzing, and he can play the run. They can spy the quarterback. There's a lot of different tools this guy's got to defend against a mobile quarterback, and I think you saw a little bit right there in that nickel package now setting up 4th and long.
That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. So Ohio State's offense has its first opportunity of the day. And they seem to believe that they can take big plays away and man coverage by just locking him up in this matchup, David.
And it's hard to lock down a great wide receiver, but a great defensive back versus a great wide receiver, we got a showdown.
Yeah, let's be honest, David. Most defenses don't have a dude like that at cornerback that could do that in a game like this, but this matchup is unique, and it's going to really determine the outcome of the game.
He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Quick strike complete. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
They'll run the option. Now the pitch. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Now it's 2nd and goal. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just finds his way into the end zone, and this is a golden opportunity to put 6 up on the board with that guy in your backfield.
Got his man on the right. Touchdown, Ohio State. Reeled it in and just made the house call.
Number 5.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss.
7, Indiana, 0.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll keep it on the ground. Shakes off the tackler. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Finds his man. It's Gentry. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And the Hoosiers will line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. On the return, it's Hoffman. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well. Palmer, they executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Wide receiver shows motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. Nice move to keep moving. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all off season, so they better be ready to bring it today, Dave.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
He's got his man. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. The Buckeyes are marching down the field. They're going to run it. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. He's up to 55 yards rushing in this one, and he is well on his way to a 1,500-yard season. Wants to throw on first down. That's reeled in. It's Hurtado. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Here's the handoff. Relying on that running game inside the red zone. He picked up 3 to the 11.
At the 11-yard line. 2nd down coming up.
It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Wide receiver now comes in motion. On the run, it's Blackburn. So close to that end zone. He can almost taste it, but it'll be 1st and goal for this offense.
Well, it just seems like everything is working for the offense on this drive. Another nice game, this time on the ground.
And the Buckeyes are threatening on 1st and goal. The give. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those.
And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Buckeyes. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point makes it 14-0. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Oregon pulled into town on a mission, and they're hightailing it out of here with a huge win. Vidi, vidi, vici. I came, I saw, I conquered. And that's precisely what the Ducks did. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. It sounds like they had a good one there. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push them.
And the pressure was too much. They get him at the 15.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Unloads to the wideout. Complete downfield. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And I love the awareness by the wide receiver on that play because I'm not sure that route was supposed to be that deep. You got to wonder if the receiver decided maybe to adjust the route a little bit to make sure that he got the first down.
Makes the grab. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
So the offense accepts the roughing the passer penalty, and they get a new set of downs. Just couldn't stay off the quarterback, and that roughing the passer call has them set up with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Going to throw it over the top of the D. Got it. They will score. Touchdown, Indiana.
And, man, is that perfect timing. You could tell quarterback drops back. He sees his guy, and he knows he's open. But watch the throw. Deep down the field, Palmer, right in the breadbasket. Nice play. Nice pitch and catch.
He did a nice job of getting it up in the air early and allowing his guy to run under the football, locate it, and then make a tough grab. That is the definition of an explosive play.
Coming out with it. It's coming. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive.
He's got it down the left side. He's loose. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. You just got to get him to the ground quickly.
The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. Looking for a man. It's Doyle. Get it out on the screen. They go up top to get it down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
I'll tell you what, if you want to be overzealous and you want to be a blitzer all the time, I like running the screen right behind him. Did a great job throwing the screen. Almost broke this one for a long game, but it just keeps the defense a little bit more honest if you want to start bringing a lot of pressure.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the first without scoring. From the gun, wants to pass. And the pressure gets him back at the 8-yard line. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. And as a holder picks his spot, it'll be a 25-yard attempt. It is perfect. And that lead grows even bigger.
17, Indiana, 7.
After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the returner will be knocked down. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled and you realize what's going on, now I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. He'll try to do it himself. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. The Hoosiers send out the punt unit. He only needs a sliver of daylight. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
And that is one of the biggest plays of that young man's football life. The true freshman taking the punt to the house. If I'm the head coach and I watch that, I'm now trying to find ways to get this guy on the field offensively because he's got some special ability.
24, Indiana, 7.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. And good work by the coverage team to get the return man down on the ground. Offense set on first down. He wants to throw. Using the quick game. And after the tackle, that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. Picked up some yardage with that completion, now second down. While we're only through one, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat line. This could be a pivotal moment in this game as we open the second period and they try to find a way to answer. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Makes the grab, and it's enough for the first down before he's dragged to the ground.
Hard-earned yards, man. You got to get these first downs any way you can. And sometimes it's not going to be easy. You can't just do it conventionally handing it off. This offense is going to have to be creative. Football is a game of inches, and you just got to find the angles to give yourself an advantage. That creative play call right there really helped him.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. He's looking to throw. Setting up the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short game there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the second level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. And the Hoosiers are moving quickly down the field. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes.
We haven't even gotten to halftime yet. This offense has their hands full trying to keep this quarterback standing up straight. They've already given up multiple sacks. That's the biggest reason why they're trailing, why as much as they are. They better go in at halftime and make some big-time adjustments.
From the shotgun, the inside give. That play just never had a chance. They knock him down for a loss of 5.
All season long, we've been watching this defense dominate against the run. They're the #1 rush defense in the entire country. With a big lead in this game, you cannot run the ball and expect to win and get back in it.
Trying to escape and get it himself.
I know he didn't pick up the first down, but, man, he makes this fourth down way more manageable. It's tough when you got fourth in Africa. He did a great job of making this manageable and keeping the playbook open.
The Hoosiers will send out the punt unit. He'll bring it back. It's Hoffman. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but
off he goes! Inside the 30. With that, he's got 101 yards rushing, and this guy's just having a tremendous season, leading the country in rushing.
And first down for the offense.
Back to throw, it's Doyle. Zings it complete to the right. And they finally get him stopped, but it's a big throw and catch, and he's down at the 5. The Buckeyes trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. He's looking to throw. Buys a little extra time. He just threw it away. The last thing you want to do is try to force something on 1st down in the red zone. They'll try to dial up a better one this time on 2nd and goal from the 5. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Looking to scramble. He works his way ever closer all the way down to the 1-yard line. Will they be able to get that 1 more yard and stick it in here on 3rd down? Slams ahead. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Ohio State. They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
And I love the physicality of this offense. It's 3rd and goal. It's money time. I've got to be more physical than you. And that's exactly what this offense just did. Put the ball on the ground and put it in the end zone.
Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Well, that's their 3rd sack of the game, and we knew statistically coming into this game, this is one of the top 25 units in the nation getting after the quarterback. I just love how athletic they are up front, and they are giving this offensive line headaches and nightmares up to this point of the game.
Leaves it with the running back. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Wow, this offense is doing nothing. They've already punted 4 times and staring at the possibility of a 5th. He lofts one down the sideline. Fires and picked off. Got some room to run. The 20. Touchdown, Buckeyes. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense.
And stop it. How about back-to-back weeks with pick 6? Is now making plays, not just for his defense, he's scoring points, and I promise you the locker room is a lot of fun. Mr. Pick 6, he's going to get a lot of congratulations and a lot of accolades this week.
Indiana sends the offense onto the field. The big thing now, don't get rattled by that last pick six, David.
Nah, it was a big mistake. Obviously, the defense took advantage of it, but you got to put it behind you. Jesse, I'm sure you know a thing or two about throwing a pick six and how to rebound.
I believe I've only thrown one in my life, but yes, I do because of that singular instance. I'll say this. You can't let that play beat you twice. You got to go out, not try to get it all back here in one play. Just execute the offense.
This time it's complete. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play.
When you run your slant route and it's against man-to-man, one thing you know you're going to get is hit. When that wide receiver catches the football, slants don't open up wide open. Linebackers are going to be there, safeties are going to be there, so you got to be able to take that hit and hold on to that football.
That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. How about that blocking up front in that running game last time as they just walked it down for a touchdown, David?
And the big boys up front doing their job. Opening holes, the backs making plays, everything on the ground on that first drive worked.
And we know that this is the identity this coaching staff wants for this team, right? They want to be the most physical team on the field. Let's see if they can keep it up.
He'll pitch it. He's off to the races. The 30. And that's what this option will do to you. They got the pitch man free, and he was off to the races. The Buckeyes will try to punch it in on first and goal. Wants to throw. It's Doyle. Snags it. Into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
Indiana, 7.
Just unloaded on that kickoff. Don't have to worry about a return on a kick like that. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Going up top on first down. On the move, he fires. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Flying down the left side. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. This is an explosive attack, and that last big play has them set up first and 10 from the 26. He's looking to throw it. Makes his connection.
Hey, listen, on offense, just take what the defense gives you. Quarterback looks out wide, he sees the DB way off of the receiver. Throw him the easy hitch pass, he'll take that completion.
42 Spider. 4-2 Spider.
Running back searching for a hole. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down.
Wow, the running back there showing you his skill set as he's able to rip off that one for a first down.
And the Hoosiers will snap it on first and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Finds his big tight end. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
I think that time offensively, you're just trying to take what the defense is giving you, right? They're playing zone coverage. You got your big fella just working right over the ball. It's an easy pitch and catch. Just take the profit and let's keep going.
They'll run it from the gun. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Hoosiers! Man, did he show some hops for that one.
Some serious vertical right there. I tell you what, everybody in front of you, hey, I'll go by air if I need to. Good job getting in the air, getting the touchdown.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Indiana, 14.
From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. This guy makes you hold your breath when he gets the football in his hands, and that last line of the coverage team, the only thing that stopped him from housing it. Power football with the run. He is like a loose boulder just rolling to the 32. Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on first down. It's 2nd and 3. Wide out in motion. Looking to throw, it's Doyle. On target. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
How nice is it in this offense to have your best receiver playing in the slot? You're matching him up against linebackers, against safeties, or nickel corners. Nickel corners are oftentimes the defense's third best cornerback. This guy is virtually uncoverable.
And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
Trying to get to him. He's got it. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and goal. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Grabbed behind the line. It's Blackburn. He thought he might turn that into a score, but the defense able to wrestle him down short. They'll stop him at the 3.
Well, it's important in this game this offense gets the running back involved out in the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. He picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
Quarterback flips it ahead quickly to the receiver. Give him 6. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Ohio State, 52. Indiana, 14.
No shot to return that one as he boomed it out of the back of the end zone. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. These guys have taken some body blows in the first half, but now a chance to do something to feel a little better going into halftime.
Reese, they got to respond now. They got to put points on the board right here, cut into this deficit, create a little bit of momentum, because this one's going to get out of hand otherwise.
Yeah, there are a lot of offenses out there that might just say, okay, let's just regroup and figure it out. This offense doesn't have time to do that. They've got to be aggressive. They've got to throw it downfield. They've got to score points.
You know this sophomore has a big arm, and there were some revolutions on that one. Comes out throwing on 1st down. On the run, fires downfield. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
That's what I'm talking about. That is how you close. And when a guy's going to make a catch, you make sure he doesn't make it. Physicality, using your pads, running through him, and guess what?
And he can't hold on to the ball at the end of this big game. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
And his wide receivers are so fast nowadays. They're such big playmakers. I just want to get it to them and let them make it happen. But a lot of times, we're running to them.
He wants to take the top off. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. Misfired on 1st down. Back to the air on 2nd. Caught at the 25. And they explode on that one, and they've got it down to the 22.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
Well, tip your hat to the defense getting that incompletion, because that hasn't happened often for this guy. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. Can the defense continue to mix things up, see if they can maybe confuse this QB?
Quick pass on the fly motion. He breaks a tackle.
Well, and on these little push passes, timing is so important. You're trying to snap it right as he's getting a full head of steam. When he gets the ball, he's the outside, and David, it puts the defense in such a difficult spot.
And you immediately have to be rotating when you see that motion, so everybody's got to communicate and kind of bump over. That's why offenses love to run it. It makes the defense communicate and see if you can just get him out of a spot.
And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the 1st down. The Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Back to pass, it's Doyle. He makes a grab. He gets it in. Touchdown, Ohio State. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering.
Indiana, 14.
If you can do that, I don't know why you don't do it every time. Reduce the risk. Banged it out of the back of the end zone. They'll put it in play at the 25. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to play.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. These guys are bringing serious heat. They are like sharks swarming and just getting after the passer. Right down the middle. It's complete. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. The magic bean is spinning out of control. Already over 200 yards in the first half.
Yeah, they're being aggressive offensively, throwing the football, trying to take advantage of this defense on the back end. They've got their quarterback right now in a groove.
They'll immediately call timeout.
Shotgun fundamentals are so key. He was like a shortstop, caught the shotgun snap and right away rifled it out of his hands like he was turning two. That was...
And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack. The defense going to stop the clock with the timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. On second down, he'll let it fly. And the pressure gets to him again. Another sack. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And whatever they did on first and second down, don't do that anymore. Third and very long coming up. The hand to the running back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Referee signals timeout. It's the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming. The Hoosiers will try to pin them back with the punt. He gets a block. Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll throw it on first down. Fires to the wideout. Catch in the middle, it's Ortiz. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
First and goal, Ohio State.
That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Thanks, guys. A first half that saw a little bit of everything there in Bloomington. And it'd be easy to say these two offenses are glad we've hit halftime based on their respective performances. It would also be accurate. Turnovers and sacks have told the story so far. And you gotta believe the play calling has been the issue, right? Time to shred those game plans and just get back to basics. And with that, let's send it back to the guys at Memorial Stadium.
And the Hoosiers will boot it away to start the second half. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Makes a move. Got a little room. He's going to get loose. They won't get him. It's a touchdown.
What a way to seize momentum here. You start the second half, you take the first kick back to the house, great blocking, and an awesome job in the open field, making people miss and showing you the speed on that.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. New Mexico is down big on the scoreboard, and for a program that traditionally struggles to score, I think we know where this one is headed. They're trailing by 14 to Boise State. Any big developments in this one, we've got you covered with the best studio team in the business. Gentlemen?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Quick completion on the out. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself opening. Nice job between those two.
Turns it on at midfield. And he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38.
Man, I want to be a running back in this offense. When you take that handoff to the right and you see that blocking and all the holes open up, that's a good sight for a running back.
You've heard of read and react. I think the defense read it. They just didn't react very well.
Well, when you got that kind of a line, just all that push they're getting on that right side, they just pushed the defensive lineman back, got in the linebacker's laps, man on man. It was brutal up front.
Second and short now after that completion. Corner's right up on that line of scrimmage. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
I got to be honest, I am shocked at just how well the defense has played in this game, especially stopping the run. We talked about statistically how they've struggled this season, but they have put the clamps down in this one, and they're just playing with a ton of intensity.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
After that last field goal drive, they're set to kick it away. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Off play action on first down. He tries to take the top off. Reels it in and goes out of bounds on the left side after the huge gain. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. Trying to find his man on first down. He's got the tight end.
I'll say this, man. In college football, you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackling.
That's caught. It's Ortiz. And he's knocked down, but not before moving the chains. The Buckeyes will line it up on 1st and 10. Fast motion from the offense. To the air on first down. Floating away. Just tried to drop a little floater in there, and it's incomplete.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
Looking to throw it again. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. The option look. He'll toss it. Plows through the defense. He'll be down at the 4-yard line after that terrific run. And the Buckeyes have it in scoring position on 1st and goal.
I'll say, watching this offense this year, one of the things you...
Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the stomping has commenced. They'll try to add another to their lead. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
73, Indiana, 17.
No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker who is so important to this team.
Got the quick pass. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
Nice job there by the receiver on the out route, not telegraphing where he's going. He can't be peeking to the outside, giving the defender an opportunity to break on the ball. He kept his eyes.
And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
That is now the 7th sack on defense. This offense cannot protect their QB. It doesn't matter if the defense is blitzing or if they're just winning one-on-one. 7 sacks, that's just ridiculous.
Finding an escape route. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. Now the play fake. And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack.
The name of the game is protecting your quarterback. He can't have success or complete passes on his back. Let's get the quick passing game going, maybe hand the football off. But whatever we're doing, let's go the opposite direction.
As they say, touchdown, first down, or get down. He gets down. And they'll send the field goal team back out for the second time tonight. He's going to reach for a long one, a 52-yard attempt. And he missed it. No good. Hoping to cut into that lead, and they did not. The lead is huge. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Now the toss. And the fourth option there is to throw it in reverse, and that's what happened on that one. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Trying play action. Myers on the move. On target to the left. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Takes this handoff and headed to the right. On the move at the 30. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the beatdown has ensued.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
No shot at a return. It's out of the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively.
The freshman able to get home with the sack.
And everybody knows when you're running that play action, that fake has to be great. Everybody has to bite it for it really to work. Defense didn't bite it, didn't bite the bait, went after the quarterback, got him on the ground.
He makes the connection. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
The Hoosiers will bring the punt team onto the field. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Slips through the line. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Here comes Hill.
First and 10.
It's onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything they're playing.
Hit the afterburners, kid. And they are finding some space in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. Big play offense, and it has them threatening now. 1st and 10 from the 25. Wide receiver shows motion. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Got a man. He's there to make the stop, but the damage has been done as they pick up the 1st down on the throw and catch. The Buckeyes are threatening in the red zone. They'll run the option. Now the toss. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the route is on. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with a 14-yard run for the score. No chance to return that one. A booming kickoff out of the back of the end zone. It's a touchdown. Line gets set. 1st down. They'll go to the ground. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
Man, the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
They'll get the 1st down. It's spotted on the 49. And the Hoosiers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Give to the back. At the 40, there he goes. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down.
1st down, physicality wins football games. Being able to run the football and create balance. And right here, just choose up another 1st down, gives you another chance to maybe continue to run the football.
And I feel like this guy, too, is just an explosive play waiting to happen. His vision, his quickness, and he's got to burst. If you give this guy just a crease, he's going to hit it. And right now, he's doing some damage on this defense.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. He's looking to throw. And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
Man, this defensive end is a monster. I mean, you've seen his athleticism and his speed and his bend and his flexibility. He now has 2 sacks, and there's still a lot of football to play.
On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. He's got it, showing off that big leg from 47 yards out. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. Here's the return from inside his 10. He's got great speed. He's on the loose. Can they catch him? He will score. Touchdown, Ohio State.
And he's in for the 2nd score of the game. My goodness. Note to self, kickoff team. Don't kick it to him anymore. Squib it, kick it to the other guy. Just don't let that guy touch it again.
They're lining up for the kickoff, and let's see if this return team can answer with a score of its own. Not going to give him a chance to make a play as they boot that thing through the end zone. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. It'd be interesting to see what happens here on the 2nd drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
A nice job by the defense there tackling the catch and smothering the tight end. They know this offense is going to try to find him in the passing game in a lot of different situations. That time, perfect coverage and nice.
And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. The Hoosiers line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He only needs a sliver of daylight. And the coverage team able to make the tackle. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. He's going up top. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Trying to take it back. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
You know, I like the decision by the quarterback in terms of where he was going with the ball. Just don't like the accuracy. That was not good location on the throw. Got away from him a little bit, and the defense able to come up with a big play.
And he was drilled just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. After the misfire, now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Got it set up on the outside. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker.
Well, a nice gainer on that running back screen. Now, how about the offensive line getting downfield and getting blocks to really help out the back, find some space to...
Touchdown, Indiana! What a grab and go for the score.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Oh, what vision. And there he goes. He'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes. He is headed to the sideline with a little bounce in his step after scoring on that kick return.
And he should have some bounce in his step. How about the effort, weaving in and out, covering all that space, great blocking on the play, and he does the rest. You don't put guys back deep that can't roll. And you could see when he got in the open field, he rolled out.
Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. They're lining up to boot it away. And he takes this from inside the 5. And they'll get him on the ground as the offense comes out to start the next drive. Good news, I guess, a lot of room to work with as they start this drive from their own 15. He'll start this drive firing. Looking for a big gain. He's got it on the right. Oh, look out. He just brought some serious energy, making that huge play and getting it all the way down to the 23-yard line.
Good pass protection isn't just offensive line, right? Running backs also have to be able to pick up the blitz. That running back did an outstanding job. That allowed his quarterback to just buy a little bit more time before making that throw.
They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Lost 1 on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. They go to the ground. Stop is made, but he picks up 4 yards down to the 21-yard line.
It's a nice game, but the big theme here is they just haven't been able to get the run game going on offense. They've been very one-dimensional. They're just not being physical enough at the point of attack.
Just outside the red zone at the 21, but it's 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
Good surge up front, giving 4 out to the 18.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep third downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on first down.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. The short hands, it's Bush. He is tackled, but it'll be a fresh set of downs. They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. He's going to pass. They're trying to get to it. Quarterback floating away from pressure. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there. Line getting set on 2nd down.
Here we go.
He's looking to throw. He'll take the deep shot. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down.
And how about that? This team is way up in this game, and they're still taking shots in the 4th quarter. There is no let-up.
Throwing right. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
I mean, sometimes you overthink it. Sometimes running the football on 3rd and short with the lead is not the worst thing in the world. Keep that clock ticking. But now decided to go for it, setting up a 4th down. And this looks like a situation where you should punt the football.
A bold decision to go for it on 4th down, and one that did not pay off. They'll start this drive with a pass. And the quarterback will take a sack back at the 36.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying around, harassing him, and making life so hard in this offense.
They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
Might be looking to run. And the freshman will chalk up a sack. Now on 4th down, here comes the field goal team. Everything will have to be clean from 55 yards away. And he's got it counted all the way to 55. Never in doubt. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Wyoming needs to pick up the pace, but this puppy is far from over. And with that crowd there in Laramie behind them, I'm kind of banking on a comeback. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Rutgers. We'll circle back if anything big happens you need to know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. He just took it the entire length of the field, end to end, coast to coast, nationwide for the touchdown.
And how about the fans in the stands going, no, 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 take a knee, no, yes, 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 yes. Over 100 yards for the kickoff return. Nice job taking that to the end zone, making a huge play.
And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. Indiana sends the offense onto the field. Man, how comforting is it to know that even if your offense stalls out a little, Jesse, that field goal kicker can knock it in from a long way out.
Well, he's one of the best in the...
And the pressure was too much. They get it at the 15. Now the offense has to overcome the negative play after the defense comes up with a sack. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack.
How about this defense? No mercy. Like, listen, I know we're up big, but they are still hunting, still flying around, still chasing, still making life really miserable for this offense.
You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. And this defense goes back-to-back sack, Jack. And the Hoosiers will punt this one away. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Looking for a block. It's Hoffman. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. These last couple of drives, Jesse, have been about the defense making clutch stand.
I think for this offense, they can stay aggressive knowing that their defense is going to bail them out time and time again here.
Yeah, and especially when you go for those fourth down situations, you do that a lot of times because you know your defense can make stands, make stops. They did on that last possession for you.
5 wide receiver formation on 2nd and 9. He's looking to throw. Time to take a shot. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. They couldn't connect on 2nd down, now staring at a 3rd and 9. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away. 4th quarter, huge lead. I'm not really sure why you need to take that kind of shot.
You don't. You definitely don't need to. You can run the clock. You can run the football. You can make sure.
He'll take a shot. And it's incomplete way downfield, and the defense rises to the occasion.
You know, there are a lot of people watching this game that are thinking to themselves, where's the sportsmanship? You're blowing this team out. Why are you going for it on 4th down? Why not just punt, give it back, and just leave here with a W? That's because this coach wants his guy
trying to buy a little time, and he cannot, but he does get it back closer to the line of scrimmage.
I know this defense came into this game hoping to get pressure on the quarterback, but I don't know in their wildest dreams if they ever thought it was going to look this good. I lost track at 5 sacks.
And this defense is bringing the heat. Another sack.
Man, I've been there before as a quarterback. Sometimes you just wish the game would already be over, right? You've had nothing go your way all game long. You're trailing late. They're still getting sacks. And you just want to go back to the locker room. You want to get in the ice tub and start healing for next.
And it's picked off again. His night vision hasn't been on par. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception. Quarterback and running back set up in the pistol.
Let's go.
One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to it. He showed it all there. A little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver now comes in motion. They'll throw it on 1st down. Firing toward the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the pummeling has started. They give themselves a little more cushion as they try to reel off their 4th straight win. And the point after is good. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Indiana has the ball back, and the Hoosier offense comes out ready to go. One of the most valuable things a quarterback can have, David, short-term memory. Just forget that last pick.
You're dang right. Clear the mechanism. It's over, move it behind. Some players can't do that real well, and it leads to more mistakes, Jesse. You got to just forget about it and move on.
And I think the coaching staff can help him too, David. I think you can get the running game going here and also give him some easy throws.
He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. Right on target this time. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain. Boy, could they use a conversion on 3rd and short from their own 24. From the gun, wants to pass. Quickly out to the tight end. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the 1st down. No reason to panic when you see those extra bodies coming. Just find the big tight end.
Well, and the great ones do that. The great ones are okay. You want to blitz? I know my answers. I'm all right. I'll stay patient. Find the matchup. This time it was the tight end. Finds the tight end, throws a strike, gets the 1st down.
And not much doing there as that defense runs him out of bounds. Now here on 2nd down, see if they keep tossing it around. He's looking to throw. Moving away from pressure. He was able to squirt free and pick up just a few on that one.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
They'll try to get it through the air. Fires to the middle. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. The Hoosiers decide to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Bringing it back, it's Hoffman. He gets a block. They were playing with fire on that return, and he got loose for a good return of better than 30 yards. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They'll run it. They want to take their time here.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass, make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
The play action fake. Gonna take a shot. Grabs it inside the 15. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And the punishment has been extended. With that score, it looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. He'll start the return inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. He wants to start this drive with a pass. Quarterback strolling away from Heath. And he will be sacked at the 6-yard line. And now they have enhanced their degree of difficulty on 2nd and long from the 6. He's looking to throw. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding.
I'll tell you what, man, this guy bails out his offensive line a lot. We've seen it over and over. Protection isn't always perfect, but he's just got the ability to scramble and just to create and extend plays. Wasn't able to get the first down there, but look at the situation now he's put his offense in. He was able to get a nice chunk of yardage back to make this decision on 3rd down for the play caller a whole lot easier.
And the Hoosiers will call on their punt team. On the move, it's Hoffman. Makes a move. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try. They can't corral the pitch. The ball's on the ground. Oh, the fumble, and the defense got it. He's into the open down the middle. You're not getting him on the ground. Still on his feet. Touchdown, Hoosiers! Not content to get the fumble, they scored with the fumble. Safe to say the offense could have used a few more plays like that earlier in the game.
Too little, too late. At least you got something going. You got some kind of rhythm. The offense put some points up. But, man, if they'd have started a little bit better, they might have had a chance to be a little bit more in this ballgame.
Slips through the line. He's got an alley. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He will score. Touchdown, Ohio State. Well, maybe they thought if they kicked it into the end zone that he wouldn't dare bring it back. Instead, he just dared them to tackle him, and nobody could. What an explosive return.
Yeah, and those guys got so much speed, they ain't scared. And you could tell, takes it out, good blocking, give him a little crease, and you could see the speed. You don't put slow guys back deep. You don't see Jesse Palmer returning kicks. No, 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 no. You see the fast guys, and you see an open space, and boom, he's gone.
Indiana sends the offense onto the field. This thing got out of hand on them, but they'll try to finish with some pride here.
And this one was a beatdown. And there's nothing you can do about it because this one's over. Jesse, now we got to start progressing for next week for the rest of this season so we don't let one bad game turn into 2.
Yeah, there are very few teams out there that won't watch game film, but they may want to skip this one. I mean, because it may hurt their confidence. They just need to turn the page and get ready for the next opponent and forget this day ever happened.
He's going to pass on 2nd down. Grabbed over the middle. It's Gentry. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. A new set of downs after the completion. He'll come out throwing on first down. Makes the grab over the middle.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. It can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find a way to fit them together, create some explosive plays on this offense, because today they've been lacking.
And at this point, the defense looks as if they've been in one of those dizzy bat races. They've got no idea where the ball's coming from. He's over 500 yards passing.
Yeah, this is a Heisman Trophy level performance from this guy. The act.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
The defense puts the exclamation point on the day. They have had a wonderful day, man. Doing everything great. Just, you could tell they were dialed into what was going on, and now just throw another sack in the equation, hitting the quarterback, being disruptive. They've been all over the field.
Knocked off his feet.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away.
And it's his 4th interception of the game. Taking it the other way. He's at the 40. At the 20. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. They can now exhale just a little bit with that lead, and they are close to a victory here in the 8th week of the season.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll try to pop the draw. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. Now on 1st and 10 for the 26. He wants to throw. He wants a big play here late. They fought to the bitter end, and the final incompletion puts a wrap on it. Well, this was an offensive showcase out there today. We thought it would be a high-scoring game, and it certainly delivered.
If you love offense, then you love this type of game. Both offenses going up and down the field, seemingly at will. Throwing the ball, running the ball. But, David, I feel like if you're a fan of defense, maybe this wasn't your cup of tea.
More defense optional. He didn't really get too much of that stuff, but, listen, you got to get a few stops late in the game. You got to get actually just kind of one stop with this many points that was being scored. You got the stop late. That's why you got the dub.
And that's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.